Cesar Chavez was born on the 31st of March 1927 in Yuma, Arizona. Over his lifetime, he developed a significant portfolio as a farm worker, labor leader, and civil rights activist. Chavez became known as the Mexican-American who fought for Latino civil rights. This made him different from the focus of black civil rights that were hitting the headlines thanks to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. He wanted America to open her eyes to her Latino citizens and offer them the same equality that African Americans were starting to receive. Chavez did much to better the lives and working conditions of those in the American labor movement. Many of the members of the labor movement were, at that time, Latino. He promoted the plight of his members to national attention through his orchestration of the Delano grape strike of 1965. The strike began on the 8th of September when the Agricultural Workers Organizing Committee of mostly Filipino workers walked off of the farms of grape growers in Delano, California. They were demanding one thing: wages equal to the federal minimum wage. 1 week into the strike, Chavez's National Farm Workers Association joined the strike, merging with the Agricultural Workers Organizing Committee to form the United Farm Workers of America. The strike was a huge success, spreading to over 2,000 workers and lasting for 5 years. Chavez is considered responsible for the first Bill of Rights for agricultural workers. At this point in American history, the majority of agricultural workers were black or of Mexican descent. Thus, this legislation vastly improved the lives of ethnic minorities, especially in the South. However, this bill did not change the views of the average American, who would take much further persuasion if they were to accept ethnic minorities as the equals that they were beginning to be shown as under federal law. In 1977, Mr. Chavez lost the support that he had spent so long trying to develop when he visited the President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Marcos. On the advice of former United Farm Workers of America leader, Andy Amusin, the problem was that President Marcos was considered by human rights activists and religious leaders to be a vicious and oppressive dictator. This was a direct violation of what Chavez believed in, and alarm bells rang when he endorsed the regime. For many in the United States, Cesar Chavez went down in their estimations as he saw his apparent collusion with a tyrannical dictator as quite the contrary to all that he had worked for.